Hello everyone, Adrian here. Today I'm going to be trying out a new line of products that's out there. They are fully vegan soups by, the brand name is Gardein. Now I already buy Gardein products. They have these breaded chicken tenders, which are really good. The fishless fillets, which I love, although they're a little bit hard to find, to be honest. The meatless meatballs, and some other things that I really enjoy. And it's an entirely plant-based vegan line of food. So these canned soups are new, though. I purchased them from my local Whole Foods. I have 5 flavors, and I'm going to take you along with me while I sample them. So we have 2 that are sausage. So this is a sausage gumbo, and this one is a minestrone and sausage. Then I have 2 that are chicken based. So this is chicken noodle and chicken and rice. And then the last one that I have is a beef and vegetable. As you can see, they have a very liberal use of apostrophes to make sure that there's nothing that's going to be mistaken for actual animal products in here. So they are a single serving per can. They all have a pop lid. They are between 190 and 240 calories each. You just warm them up just as is. There's no diluting them or anything like that. And there's microwave instructions, or you can warm them up on a stovetop with a saucepan. So very simple, very straightforward. So, these are handy for just any time that you just don't feel like cooking. All you have to do is warm it up. It's super easy. I'm going to start with the sausage flavors, and I'm going to pop them open and show you what we've got. This is our sausage gumbo. And already with the smell, I can tell this is quite a bit different from a lot of the canned soups that I normally keep around and eat. I'm a big fan of the Amy's soups, but most of those are not, there's not like an imitation meat product in there. They're a fully vegan type of soup that just contains vegetables. Some of them contain barley or rice. Some of them contain beans, but there's only one instance that I can think of. There's one that's called a no chicken noodle by Amy's that I do eat, and that just has little tiny pieces of tofu or something like that that are supposed to stand in for chicken. So here's the gumbo. And one of the characteristics of gumbo in general is that it contains okra. It's usually cooked down and used as a thickening agent. There's also, you can tell that there's a strong element of bell peppers in here. So that's something that comes through in the taste. This is not as thick as some gumbo that I've seen. I like the sausage pieces in there. They're really nice. That you can really bite into them. They've got some chew to them. There's plenty of vegetables, and I'm not completely in love with this taste. It's not bad. It's just not. I think I'm going to like some of these other flavors better, to be perfectly honest, though. But I enjoy this. I would definitely have it again. The second one that I'm opening up is the minestrone, with sausages. So already you can smell that the flavoring is quite a bit different. It's there's tomato sauce with Italian seasonings. There is noodles in there instead of rice, and the mix of vegetables is definitely different. So here's the minestrone soup. As I said, the seasoning is quite a bit different. The sausage looks similar, but probably is seasoned differently. Different collection of vegetables, definitely different collection of seasonings, and this has the little bit of noodle in there. So I can tell already just from the smell that I'm going to like this flavor better. So the minestrone has green beans and a few kidney beans, as well as some other veg in there, carrots and that. And yeah, I just I don't know, my personal taste. I like the way that this is seasoned better. And also, yeah, the sausage seems similar. It has a nice bite to it. Because the soup, both of these soups were actually pretty heavily seasoned, I'm not getting a lot of the taste of the sausage just on its own, just because it's in this soup, which has a nice strong flavor to it. But it's nice to have that a little bit of a something to bite into. So I'm enjoying this. So the next two that I'm going to try, we have the chicken noodle. So this is a vegan chicken with noodles and vegetables, and then chicken and rice. So once again, we have the plant-based chicken, rice, and vegetable. I'm not sure how similar, how distinctive these two different flavors are going to be. Obviously, with chicken noodle soup, you have a pretty distinct expectation of what that broth is going to be. So maybe with the chicken and rice, they could introduce some different flavorings in it. So we'll see. So here we go with the chicken noodle. Nice big noodles there. And these sort of big chunks of chicken as well. And, generous sized chunks of vegetable as well. Comparing this in my mind to the Amy's chicken noodle that I usually buy. One of the things that really jumps out is Amy's has these little tiny pieces of chicken substitute, and these are really big chunks that you can bite into. It's also seasoned a little bit differently. It's still in the same family of what you would expect with a savory chicken type broth. Although I like this soup, I have to say that the chicken is not my favorite part. It is a big chunk and you can bite into it. It's a little bland. I mean, I guess I know real chicken is bland. It's been a really long time since I've had it. Yeah, I like the parts that are the broth and the noodles and the vegetables. To me, the actual chicken chunks are the weakest part of the soup. But I enjoy it. I like the flavoring. It's a familiar savory type soup, and I think it would be very comforting on cold days. I enjoy it. So here's the chicken and rice. Similar large chunks of chicken. Similar vegetables. So this is the chicken and rice. Nice and chunky, good sized vegetable chunks, along with a pretty good sized chicken piece there. Gives you something to chew on a little bit, something that'll stick with you. This is similar to the chicken noodle, seasoned a little bit differently. I think having the rice in there also thickens up the broth a little bit. I like the taste. It's a mild, savory flavor. Again, I think the chicken chunk is probably the least interesting part of it. The vegetable and rice and broth part of it is really tasty. But nicely seasoned. And I think, definitely the kind of thing that would be satisfying part of a meal. And the last one is beef and vegetables. So it says plant-based beef and country vegetables. So this one should be a little bit different than the than the ones that we've had. Actually, each one has had its own distinction. So they're definitely not kind of like all the same taste. So there's definitely a variety, which is nice. All right, so here's the beef and vegetable soup. Beef chunks are a little bit different shape and different color. It's definitely a darker broth. This has peas in it, which was not in any of the other ones. And I think there's supposed to be potato in here, although I'm not just seeing it as I'm stirring it up. Oh, there's some potato there. So that was another distinctive thing. Instead of rice or noodles, there's a potato in this one. So this definitely has a different smell, a different color. It's a very rich, dark broth, along with obviously the different kind of vegan meat product. This is really interesting. It tastes a little bit different than what I was expecting, even particularly from the smell. It's less salty tasting than I expected. Tastes like maybe there's even a little bit of red wine in the broth, although I didn't see it listed, but it could well be something in there that's got that bit of a taste to it. So it's nice. It's quite distinct from the other flavors, not just because of the shape and texture of the meat, but the broth is quite a lot different. So it's pretty good though. Of course, it's tender, but it does have a real chew to the beef pieces. They list the potatoes in there, but there's honestly just a little tiny bit of potato in here, not a whole lot of it. But yeah, that's good too. That's good. This makes me want some crusty bread to dunk into this broth, this gravy. So there it is, the new line of soups from Gardein, and the selection of flavors that I was able to get, and it's a really nice variety of different things. Much meatier, so to speak, even though none of it is meat. It's all vegan, of course, but meatier and chunkier than a lot of the other vegan soups that I've tried. And nicely flavored, all of them. I think my favorite one is the minestrone. So that just has a really nice set of flavors. But the chicken rice was good, and this beef and vegetable was also nice. So they were all good. They were all really good and worth giving a try. So if you like this video, then please do hit the thumbs up. If you think someone else would be interested, then please share and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.